In this video, I'm going to go over how to actually start investing in crypto in 2025. The crypto market is changing and you need to adapt with the market. You don't need to trade, but you need to have a plan. What a lot of people's strategy is at the moment is to have 30 to 40 altcoins and hoping that they will start to then go up in value over time. This is not a strategy. You need to reevaluate the crypto markets. What you need to be focusing on is having a much smaller portfolio. Number one, because managing 30 to 40 altcoins is just not doable. A lot of these altcoins are going to be distributed across different exchanges, different wallets. So being able to track all of them at the same time is going to be extremely difficult. Also, the fact that the crypto markets is changing in terms of what cryptocurrencies are popping off this cycle and which ones are being left in the wayside. Having 30 to 40 altcoins in your crypto portfolio is not a strategy anymore. Number one, because of the fact that a lot of your altcoins are going to be redistributed across multiple different wallets, different exchanges. It's going to be very, very hard for these to track. And having an exit strategy for 30 to 40 altcoins is almost impossible. The better thing to do is to reevaluate your portfolio and make it a lot smaller. I'm talking about 5 to 6 core utility altcoins that are going to perform this upcoming bull market. One of the main reasons being is that a lot of the altcoins that you're probably buying are low cap gems or mid cap altcoins. These altcoins are no longer the ones that you should be acquiring. It's not like last cycle. You can't just buy these altcoins and wait until magically one day they start going up in price. It doesn't work anymore. A lot of that money that was going into low cap and mid cap altcoins are now going into meme coins and AI agents. And we can see this already happening again, even after the casino implosion. Meaning that the altcoins that are going to perform this cycle are going to be high market cap, real utility tokens. Now, what utility tokens do I think are going to perform this market? My core 5 altcoins this upcoming cycle is Sui, Solana, Hyperliquid, Ondo, and of course Bitcoin. You also need to recognize the current macroeconomic environment that we're in. We are currently still in quantitative tightening, although this is going to change over time into quantitative easing. At the moment, Bitcoin is reigning king. We can see this because the Bitcoin dominance is still extremely high. So Bitcoin is going to remain king for a prolonged period of time. There's only very few altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin, which are the likes of, for example, Solana and Sui. But your low cap and your mid cap altcoins are still suffering a lot. Where we're at in the current cycle is we're actually having a relief rally from the tariff situation. So if you have mid caps and low caps that are recovering in price, it might be a good idea to actually take some profits from those altcoins and redistribute them into the utility tokens that we spoke about before. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but this is certainly something that I was doing when de-risking my portfolio as the markets were going down, and also de-risking my portfolio again during this relief rally. Talking about building your portfolio, we need to understand where's actually the most reputable places to buy these cryptocurrencies. The number one exchange that I would recommend, of course, would be the most regulated exchange in the market, which would be the likes of Coinbase. Coinbase being a regulated exchange in the US. Also, other really good exchanges that have more features like leverage trading, for example, would be the likes of BitGet. BitGet is a very reputable exchange out of Asia and it's available in Europe as well. They also have a fund where they have 3 times the amount of customer funds available. So this is going to help if anything were to happen to the exchange or they got hacked, they would be able to use that fund to pay back customers. They also have their Merkle tree root available open source for you guys to look at as well. Another cryptocurrency exchange that I would recommend would be Swissborg. This is my favorite app platform where I can buy cryptocurrencies on there, and they also have an interesting product called Thematics, which acts like an index fund for crypto. There's different baskets of crypto assets that you can buy, and within the crypto basket you might have 10 to 12 altcoins that you buy a small percentage of. And using AI, they redistribute the portfolio on a month-to-month basis to rebalance it and make it as stable as possible. I've been using their best blockchains thematic for about 2.5 years now, and it's been amazing for me, and I've got some really, really good returns. But they also have other thematics that could be like RWA, gaming, and also gold and Bitcoin thematics. And also the best part about Swissborg is that it's EU regulated as well. Rule of thumb when it comes to security around crypto exchanges is number one, set up two-factor authentication. This is so it has to go through 2 steps to do any kind of withdrawal. So for example, if they get access to your email, they'll also need your phone number, for example, or your two-factor FA on Google Authenticator to be able to access your account. Second thing is an anti-phishing code. Usually this is available for all exchanges. This is a code that you can come up with that when they send you an email, that code will then get put in the footer of the email, so you know that if you're getting a legitimate email, it has that anti-phishing code at the bottom. If you receive an email from what seems like your crypto exchange but it doesn't have that anti-phishing code on there, it is a scam email. Also, rule of thumb when it comes to security and making sure that you don't get scammed is that number one, your crypto exchange will never, ever, ever, ever text or call you. In fact, exchanges are extremely hard to get hold of, and usually their customer service isn't great. So if they are texting and calling you, 100% a scam. They will also never ask you to transfer your funds anywhere. If a representative is getting in touch with you that is representing a crypto project or an exchange, and they are asking you to send the money to a secure account, or saying that your account has been compromised and asking you to send your money to a storage account, it's a scam. Please do not do this. Also, they will never ask for your passwords or your seed phrases if you're using a Web3 wallet like a Coinbase Web3 wallet, or an OKX or the BitGet wallet, or even software wallets like MetaMask or Phantom. When it comes to protecting yourself on social media, please don't click any links on Twitter or on Discord. What a lot of people get prone to when it comes to scams is they will have copycat Twitter accounts that will comment at the bottom of a post saying claim this free airdrop or click this link for this certain thing, and it is actually a fake account, and when you click that link and you connect your wallet, they will likely drain your wallet. Please don't claim any free airdrops. Most likely the free airdrops are complete scams, so stay away from Discord links and Twitter links as much as possible. And what I recommend is bookmarking all of your URLs when it comes to exchanges, so you can make sure that you're not accidentally clicking on the wrong URLs. Now that you have a crypto portfolio and you've secured your exchange accounts, you need to secure your crypto. What's the best way to secure your crypto? The best way is to store it inside of a hardware wallet. Now, a hardware wallet is a wallet where you can store your crypto offline. Most people are aware of Ledger and Trezor that kind of looks like a USB stick that you can connect to your computer, but what I like to use is Tangem cards. This is a crypto hardware wallet where the private keys are stored inside of this card. You download an app on your phone, you activate the wallet using this card. The good thing about this is you don't need a seed phrase, so you don't have to worry about losing your crypto wallet. These also come up with backup cards, so if you lose one, you can reactivate it with another card. It has a 2-minute setup time, and it is by far the easiest hardware wallet that I've ever used. If you want to get your hands on a Tangem wallet, make sure you use the code CryptoCrush and it will give you 10% off. Use the code, don't use the code. I don't care. All I care about is your security. Now that you have crypto, you've secured your exchanges and you've secured your crypto in your hardware wallet, now you need to understand when is the right time to exit. And what you really need to get to grips with is the macroeconomic environment. The macroeconomic environment is going to really showcase what is happening to money and how money flows in and out of different markets. Currently, we're in a quantitative tightening environment, which is going to start changing into a quantitative easing environment. When this happens, global liquidity increases. We can see the global liquidity index. Typically, Bitcoin has around an 80 to 108 day offset until that global liquidity starts to go into Bitcoin. So when we see global liquidity start to actually decrease, then we know that we have 80 days around about to start getting out of the Bitcoin and crypto markets. So if the Fed has been cutting rates, which it should do soon, and then starts to go back into quantitative tightening, which is the current environment that we're in now, that is also an indicator of the top of the market. And the likelihood is that we are going to go into a bear market because less free-flowing capital will be available. The major thing is, what are interest rates doing right now? Are interest rates high or are they low? That's also going to determine where we are in the market cycle. At the moment, interest rates are high, but they're about to drop. So that also gives us an indication that we're about to enter the next phase of the bull market as capital becomes cheaper, which then gets interjected into the likes of the stock market and also the crypto markets alike. Another thing to also keep an eye on is the tariff situations and how these trade deals come around. If it ends up being more bullish than expected, then the crypto bull market will probably have a very good positive effect. If it ends up being worse than expected, then that could also elongate the timeline and also reduce the gains in the crypto markets. Crypto is really easy to get into, but it's actually extremely hard to get out of. So you need to have a proper exit planned strategy. And that's why you need to understand macroeconomics. What I like to do is I like to have a time exit plan where I essentially take profits on a month by month basis. And I will be doing this from Q3 of 2025 up until Q1 of 2026. This is where I expect the most gains to be made in the upcoming bull market, and this is exactly when I will be taking profits. This is not when you want to buy, this is when you want to sell. This is when the psychology of the crypto markets is going to change. At the moment, we're in a fearful territory, which is why I'm buying. When it ends up going into a greed territory, this is when I am going to be selling and selling off in large chunks. Ask yourself, do you have any profit taking zones? Do you know and have an expectation of where Bitcoin or Solana or Sui or any of your altcoins are going to go? I certainly do. You need to set some profit target zones for yourself. Not just based on what you want to get out of the market, it needs to be based on real statistics of where the markets could actually go. The markets don't care about how much money you want to make in the crypto markets. The markets is going to do what it's going to do. So rule of thumb would be, don't FOMO in, especially as the markets go up. Do not panic sell because you will likely sell at the bottom. Don't over diversify your portfolio. Keep your portfolio small and make sure that you secure your crypto properly. A lot of what I've just talked about in this video is what we go through inside the Inner Circle, which is my group coaching and mentorship platform. If you want more information on this, or if you want me as your mentor, then make sure you click the link down below where you can apply for the Inner Circle. I have limited spaces available because I want to take my time in making sure that I'm mentoring everyone to the best of my ability. But if you are interested, make sure you click the link down below. And yeah, that's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.